Welcome to it. You're on the SABC News channel, tuned into Bophelong with me, Rafil Wemula, on yet another inspiring journey of a life of triumph over adversity. It's always interesting to learn of the foundations of some of the faces and voices in the media industry. Granted, characters may be similar, backgrounds too, but some people, they travel paths less conventional to reaching their destinies. Most girls grow up playing house, but not Duduzile Ngwenya. She spent her formative years surrounded by cars and turntables. Odd, right? And that's precisely why we love it.
Vosloorus in the east of Johannesburg boasts with famous names like David Tlale, DJ Cleo, DJ Clark, Zandi, just to name a few. But there is one precious rose amongst the thorns, Duduzile Ngwenya, also known as DJ Lady Do. She is a DJ, a dancer, a singer, and she works with cars. It's rare to find a lady so glamorous in auto mechanics and working with cars. It may not look so glamorous, but this business is what started and now feeds Lady Do's music career. Sometimes you have to get your hands dirty to reach your dreams. 25-year-old Duduzile got her hands covered in oil before she could turn tables or even hold a microphone.
I'm gonna go Lana because I was inspired by ama guys lawa sebenza lana. Some of them are foreigners, some of them beba like they were new to the industry, and abanye sibathole makawashi, abanye beba cleaner. So it was a song called "I Victory Dance." It's more rap-ish, and I sing at the same time. So it says, the fact that you woke up means you can start all over. Whatever it is you've been working towards and for is yours. It doesn't matter where you come from. It's about where you're going. So, do the victory dance. Siya phambili. Backwards never. So, yeah, do the victory dance. Siya phambili. Backwards never. So, do the victory dance. Siya phambili. I was born and raised live Oslo. Who's always been a woman who likes inspiring other people, trying by all means to be an example to everyone around me.
Dudu had always been around boys from a very young age, and this makes perfect sense why she's dominating in industries that are known to be for males.
You know, even you can even tell sometimes in dress sense I am more of a lady but a tomboy 40 at the same time. So I relate more to abafana than amantombazana. I've always been a girl who wants to intimidate boys. Ganjalo, like a person thinking, then I'm like, no, I've got things covered. I've always been that person. I want to do things that men can do.
When other girls were entertained by cute and feminine things, Lady Do's interest was in cars.
And I'd look at cars, buy magazines, as they moto. I fell in love with that and started looking at cars as something I wanted to be more of a race girl type of thing, you know, but it didn't work out, and I'd watch F1 all the time. So I started falling in love with it, that I'd chill nabo mechanic and just watch what they were doing. Then I'd be like, can I also tell them something? And then they'd be like, no, but you can't, because the way you corner and the way when corner is two different things. You know what? Regardless of me being in beauty, I'm still the boy inside. So let me try it out, and that's how it started.
She learned how to drive at a very young age, something that boys do too.
Funduk driver, I was 11. I took my dad's car and I reversed it because I was asking him to teach me how to drive, and he was like, you're 11 years old. You won't even be able to see bonnet. And being the tomboy that I was like, you know what? Ngizosifundisa drive. And I don't care what happens, ngizosifundisa drive. I took my dad's car and I reversed it. I almost hit Indlu Yabantu, and then that was the day my dad was like, I will teach you how to drive.
The love and curiosity for cars is evident because she now runs and owns one of 4 Chalks Auto Salvage, and this has grown her knowledge about cars.
I practically know everything now about cars. I know what the engine consists of, what about alternator, about starter, wiring. I know all of that, like the things that make the engine. You know, those are the things that I do because I work with cars. I sell. I'm a parts corner, so I know each and every part. The engine ingapuga because of one bolt. The engine ingapuga because of a little brush inside a starter. You know, so it's things that we don't know, like about tires, how to change tires and stuff. And I've always seen I'm a fazabaning where you get stuck and you don't know what it is. You know, you wait for the light to say yini inte soy pugil and whatever. And sometimes lights are wrong because you might think it's starter and that's starter alternator. You know, because it does not show each and everything that is broken. So me in a car, I know everything.
She may have started in mechanics and still working with cars every day, but femininity is still present even through her ideas.
I was more curious as to what makes a car, so that maybe one day when I can, I'll build my own car, you know, because that's what I really want to do. Like, honestly and truly, I want to have a car that is so different from every other car that will accommodate women, you know, a car that can have a lipstick holder, you know, or a car that can have a tire that does not need you to take out and whatever, that will be user-friendly for women. So that is why I'm learning more about what is inside a car, what makes a car, what makes it start, what makes it drive, what helps a mirror to that light and stuff, you know, so that it could be like user-friendly for women, because I feel like most cars are built for men, because everything, if India Puga, it's only a man that can fix it, not unless you know and you grew up in a place where you know you can fix cars.
Her grandmother describes how she has always been amazed of Dudu's capabilities.
Dudu asesemncane wayengimangaza vele nami kumntwana nje brave oqinile nje yazi ene ngaze wangimangaza nangelinye ilanga ngiphukelwe iBolt yase endlini encane wangifakela yona iBolt ngathi hawu Dudu nomsebenzi yabo baba uyayazi ngathi lo mntwana kanti umntwana onjani hayi khona wangihlula kakhulu maka ayenza nomsebenzi wabo baba ngathi mina bengisathi ngiyofuna umuntu azongifakela le iBolt le hayi wangifakela yona.
When you want something so bad, you're forced not to lose focus. And Dudu's father instilled professionalism in his daughter.
We sit every day, regardless of the nails or the whatever. You sit at scrapyard, you work, you have to make sure there's revenue. He even gives you as umtanake a target. Listen, this is how much I want a month and this is what you're going to get. If you don't get it, then extra hours. You put in extra hours, you know. Like if I'm going to say, can I go to a gig, goopy. If we didn't meet target, you must forget it. You are not going to that gig. You are not going to go to that gig. You're not going to do certain things because you need to focus on your work, because this, at the end of the day, is what feeds your career.
She may have walked into the scrapyard on the very first day with absolutely no hope, but it's this very same yard that inspired her to write songs, the very same yard that gave her hope, and it's now a business that's sustaining her #1 passion, music.
For me, as Ulady Do, this is where my career started. This is what funded the career I am, and this is what made me the woman that I am today. I am a strong person inside because of knowing how to work like a man and understanding the value of having izinto not given to you but working for them. So if I had to sit here the whole day and work, then that's it, because at the end of the day I wanted what I wanted and I got it through Scrapyards.
Nice one, Lady Do. She is going forward indeed. We are pumpy. So we've heard from her gran. After the break, we'll hear from a few other people close to Lady Do who let us in on what she really is like as a young woman forging her path in the world. Stay tuned.
For the farmer, fire sometimes epitomizes a new beginning, purifying and cleansing the ravages of winter. With the help of the Children of Fire, Mita is now a social worker manager and helping other survivors to unleash their potential.
People should just allow people who are disabled or disfigured or whatever to be who they are.
Now happy and a bit more confident, Ntabi Singh helps around at the Children of Fire with chores.
People must come with a full heart to give, not to do the selfie, ah shame, here's me and a burn kid.
Join me, Refio Wemwilwa, on Bophelong every Saturday at 17:30. Welcome back to the show. DJ Lady Do out of Vosloorus has a love for auto mechanics inspired by her father. Being raised by a single father also meant her upbringing had many unconventional but rather cool happenings, like tagging along with him to gigs when he would be DJing. Little did he realize the spark he ignited in her, but it's all too evident today because this apple didn't fall too far from her dad's tree.
Lady Do's parents separated when she was still very young. She was brought up by her father, who was also a DJ. This exposed Lady Do to DJing and music.
Ikhuliswe yimi ngibe single parent from under 10, and ngingamfaka kule nto zoku-DJ because as a single parent makumele ngiyo-DJ mina bengazi ngizomshiya nobani, so makunganamuntu ozosala naye ngimthathe ngiyomDJisa. She was still young then.
It doesn't always matter where you come from, but it's where you're going that matters the most. Your story too can be from dust to diamonds. DJ Lady Do's passion and work ethic made her put her music career on hold, study and then flourish.
Ubabam was like, if you don't have education, then it's done with you. So rather, ungayenzi needs.
I want interest, but ngamvimba ngatutu qeda isikolo kuqala, and then ngizokuyekela wenze ntanda mase uqedile isikolo.
It may have seemed like her father didn't want to support her music career, but his guardians paved a way for Lady Do.
Thina endlini nesikhule ngalendlela yokuthi you have to have a stable foundation before you do anything you know that you'd be good at, you know. So with education, it was the key. It was the first thing that I needed to do. So after matric wami, I went and got a qualification in anatomy and physiology, and I also did somatology because I liked into the beauty and stuff. So I did somatology, and then I got an opportunity to go work overseas. I did education first, but while I was on the ship, there was imisebenzi yokucula, so I do that part-time. And ngithole influence yabantu base America where ngiyangahlangana no Kimberell as well, where she trained me on vocal exercises and whatever, and I thought that was my way of finding myself, you know, because sometimes uyazi ukuthi journey yakho might change when you get somewhere, but when I got to America, that's when it was, you know what, this is your passion and this is what you need to do.
Being raised by a single father and tagging along to gigs as a child is what made her fall into DJing too, and this makes her the very first female to DJ at a very young age.
DJing ngina 10. So I started DJing Makabengdali hip hop, and I was the first young little DJ, you know, ngidlala nabo fresh. I used to play nabo fresh, nabo Clio, and then I got mentored until my dad was like, now you need to cut.
Lady Do believes that women can do everything that men do, so long as you put energy and passion into it.
If you have the skill, then there would never be a difference. So I've never been intimidated by, because other people are like, Maufiga gigging and Kent's probably playing, and you're a female, you probably get nervous. I've never had that thing, you're good to know I'm nervous because who has played or who, because I've been doing it for so long and the skill is there. It's just now you need to get to understand the crowd. Like Maufiga Deben, Abantu Batanda, you know, Ukom, and then when you get to a place like Ekatehong, people like deep house, and when you come and you play commercial house, they have to adjust to it. It's not something where they just dance to it immediately.
If she's not at the scrapyard, she's at home practicing. Her friend and colleague DJ Mshega describes how brave Lady Do is.
She's a very tough lady. She will not let anything come in her way, especially in Dazfuna. Music, critical, she's bites, she's vicious. It doesn't matter, no one can put it down. Une spirit is grand, you know, and you know, and seeing her a performer out there, she gives it her all.
Her friends still can't get used to seeing her getting dirty at the scrapyard and then ladylike at gigs.
umbona from a scrapyard, a sebenza laphayana, you know, family business, and to her on the stage, it's amazing. One thing which I overall oil, one thing you're a star, people are loving you out there, you know. So it really inspires me and really reminds me to always stay hungry. And, you know, just stay focused.
Between all the cars, the scraps, and the oil, there's this young, vicious, and determined lady with an amazing DJing skill.
Whatever it is you've been working towards and for is yours. Yeah. It doesn't matter where you come from. It's about where you're going. So, do the victory dance. They said you'll never win. You weren't good enough. So, do the victory dance. See, I'm pumping it. Backwards never. Do the victory dance. See, I'm pumping it. Backwards never. So, do the victory dance. See, I'm pumping it.
We're now about to go to Mlando. I'm going to be performing and DJing there. I'm so excited. See you there.
See, I'm pumping it. Backwards never. So, do the victory dance. They said you too black to handle the spotlight.
And this is what the scrapyard groomed and produced.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Lady Do.
Stay tuned as we wrap up DJ Lady Do's story after the break. This is Bophelong.
The city of Durban and its surroundings is one that is filled with history and cultural diversity.
Durban is a natural paradise known for its gorgeous coastline of sun-kissed beaches and subtropical climate.
Flea markets are essential to visit if you want to experience Durban's Afro-Oriental atmosphere.
The city of Durban is an elegant, mature and ambitious city. The vendors at the Vic offer a range of African and Oriental products, an eclectic mix that is hard to resist.
That's Kaleidoscope, Sundays at 5:30 p.m. CAT.
Hello again. She's worked with the likes of DJs Clock and Mshekha amongst other DJs in the industry, and as was evident, everywhere she goes, people are loving DJ Lady Do.
Lady Do has just released an album. She explains what inspired it.
The album is message in my music because there's a message for everyone. I'm a person who likes motivating. I'm a person who likes being an example. Hence, I don't drink, I don't smoke because I want to live that life for other people so that that looks up to me as a one she's actually working hard and she's living that life so that I can be better.
Her dreams don't just end at the scrapyard, and she's not just shining in male-dominated industries, but she's definitely leaving a mark that both males and females cannot ignore.
What I did right now is registered a company on my name so that music wam uzophuma ne company so I could be the first female to show other females ukuthi yazini you could actually have your own record label and you could actually have your own distribution and publishing label, you know, because amantombazana half the time have to go through certain things to get somewhere.
Her stepmother describes how Lady Du is out of work and at home.
I think Dudu's got a very tough outer because of the type of business that she's in. But if you get down to it, Dudu's the most amazing little girl with a huge heart. If you look at her motivational speaking and her heart for people that are much less advantaged than she is, visits to hospitals, old age homes, going to schools, Dudu puts a lot back into communities. And though she has that appeal to people and an attitude of I'm tough and I'm out there, when she gets home, she's a normal, soft, down-to-earth person. And a lot of things really break her heart. Children that have not been as fortunate as her, buying them the odd school shoes, packing grocery parcels for them. So she's a very deep girl.
Despite all the fame and the star she's becoming, she's been able to remain grounded and focused.
Dudu's never been one to sort of throw up what she is all about and how famous she is, or people that she's played with or mixed with or been invited to. She's always said thank you, yes please, may I. Even at the age now of 25 years old, she'll still come and say, this is where I've been invited and I'd like to go, sort of thing. So I think that is a solid base that we've made for all the kids, and Dudu especially being out there.
Some sacrifices are for good intentions. Not enough time spent with her parents as a child now makes her realize that it was for a good cause, and that is why she draws inspiration from her father.
My dad worked. I'm not gonna lie to you, my dad worked. I had to grow up as a child not seeing my dad. I think it was 3 months ago that for the first time I went to the mall with my dad. It's not a thing yoguti umuntu unani kubo. I've always had that thing yoguti, if my dad made it, what is different ngami that I can have R1 million or 2 million rand that I have worked for, you know? Yes, he helps where he can, when he can see ukuthi there's certain things that I need help with. He will always say, I will help you, but you must return the favor. You must either pay me back or you must work by doing certain things. You understand? That is why even growing up as a child, Begazoti washimot or yenzinto so or yenzinto so, I would do that to get money, you know? And then Toyogoti, what are you doing about it?
With the drive and passion that she has for things that are regarded as masculine, the world awaits, because this is a real example of a rose amongst many thorns.
From the age of about 12, I've seen Dudu call it DJing then only, and her talent was phenomenal. She caught on so fast. Then she began to sing, and I thought, okay, that's probably the best. Then she began to dance, and that was even better than the singing or the DJing. So, and with her traveling the world on the cruise liners doing beauty work, for instance, we thought, okay, she would take that opportunity, turn it around, and become an entertainer on the cruise liners. But she chose to come home and put it back into the people that were around her. When you look at that, Dudu has tremendous talent. Singing, dancing, DJing, writing lyrics, and working with from top of the range people down to the guy in the street. But she has the talent, and once she gets into something, she gives it her most.
Dudu, she works really hard, really hard. Akana buntombazana kuye ukuthi le ngithinti ugcoke overall manje athilishe yonke into scrapyard.
Lady Du is tough, ambitious, and she knows exactly what she wants. She's not ashamed of wearing overalls and getting dirty in oil at the scrapyard, the same scrapyard that has funded her very first album, and clearly victory has taken place.
Do the victory dance. See, I'm pumping.
And in the late Maya Angelou's words, we say, you are a woman, phenomenal woman, that's you.
If you look up to a person, do not look up to a person because they're rich. Look up to a person that you saw grow up, that you saw because sometimes you look up to a person and it's like, okay, you drive a Maserati, but how do you know it was an investment? How do you know the person got it for free or it was just a gift? Do you understand? We need to find out why are you inspired by that person?
There is nothing in life that anybody owes us. And it's up to us to make those opportunities and take every opportunity that we get and make the most of it. Every day you meet people. One of those people you're going to meet is going to open a door for you. But it's up to you You have to persevere. You have to live your dream. And how you get your dream is not important. You could be a car wash, a car guard. It doesn't really matter. But your dream is there, and you just need to work towards it. So never give up that hope, but never give up trying.
Work hard, super hard. It gets harder the more you get into the industry, the harder it gets, you know. So be humble, but you never know who you're talking to. And always just remain humble and stay focused, and you will have a good shot at making it.
We are lazy to think because we think all opportunities are supposed to be given to us instead of going and getting it ourselves. So as a young lady, as a young woman who wants to make it, focus on yourself. Your friends are there to support you. I always say, go to you are your own foundation, and a house without a foundation will collapse. Let your friends be the pillars of your house, but let yourself be the foundation of your house. This is where everything started. This is where my dream came true. This is where I got the money to have my album. You can never choose where your bread comes from. So as a woman, as a young lady, I would like to inspire you today and say, go for your dreams, know what you want, go for it without thinking another person will judge you, because this is where I come from. This is where album comes from. This is what feeds my family, and this has been something that has helped me get to where I am today. I own now a company, I have a car, I have everything that I want because of all of this and my music. So keep believing in yourself, believe in everything that you do. It doesn't matter where you come from. You might come from Indu Engananiksi. Be the first to inspire people and be the first to buy your mama house. Be the first one to be the one that is going to be example good youth. So go out there and go get them.
Everything. Oh yeah. Everything.
And that was the story of DJ Lady Do. Babangwenga, we salute you too for doing a brilliant job with your daughter. Slowly but surely, she's earning her stripes as an all-round entertainer and businesswoman with a colorful upbringing that has fared her well so far in terms of keeping her head stretched well into the clouds, but her feet firmly planted on the ground. My name is Refiel Wemwilwa. Join me again next week on Bophelong.